Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, beautiful people of this planet Earth, wherever you are. My name is Miriam Cunha, and I welcome you to my channel where we talk metaphysics, occultism, and all this mystery and divine things that knowing help us to navigate through this journey of learning in this planet. So before we continue, I would like to invite you to click like and share this message to whomever you think it will resonate with, so that the algorithms of this platform recognize this channel and help it grow. All right, so the question is deep tonight. Are you ready for the big shift? Well, first of all, the big shift is already happening. It has been happening for a while. We just didn't notice before. Some of us didn't notice before because it wasn't as intense. But as every big shift, things don't happen. Hello, Robert. Things don't happen from one day to another. And just for you to have an idea, one day for the galactic beings in the center of the galaxy on higher hierarchies is equivalent to approximately 72 years in our planet. So it is an entire life for us. And let's say, suppose that this galactic beings that live in the center of the galaxy were planning the big shift on this end of the galaxy where our planet is. And they said, okay, well, we're going to do it in 1 or 2 days. It would be like 1 or 2 entire lives for us. So this shift has been happening for a while already. Many of us already knew about that since the 60s. Remember the 60s when the people that were waking up, especially in North America, started to be called hippies because they were talking about peace and love and the age of Aquarius. So since then, people have been talking about the shift because the shift was already happening. And it was coming slowly, slowly, because it couldn't be from one day to another here. Otherwise things wouldn't be smooth, and we're still going through some bigger changes now, and we're gonna be going through more intense changes on the planet. And we've been preparing, I hope. That is why I asked the question, are you ready? And what does it mean for you to be ready, right? And I think in one side of things, people have been thinking about having some food supplies and water supplies and being in a safe place and away from the bigger cities, etc., etc., which is a good thing to think about, but is not the main thing. Is not the main thing. The main thing, in my opinion, and what I have been receiving from my spirit guides and my higher self, is that we need to ask a few questions, answer these questions for ourselves, by ourselves, or by our higher selves, or your spiritual guides, and understand for once what many masters in this planet have been teaching us for a long time. Question number one: who am I? Are you able to answer this question? Or maybe are you able to answer the question, but you answer like, okay, I am Miriam Cunha, and I was born in Guatemala, raised in Brazil. My parents are so and so. I studied this. My title is this. I work on this. I, I. Is that really who you are? Are you your title at the university? Are you your profession? Are you your name? Are you this physical body? Really? Well, it's all part of who you projected to be in this incarnation, in this journey, but it's not who you are. Who am I? Now, if you answer, I am a soul, a consciousness, energy form that is journeying through the universe, experimenting different shapes and realities for learning of all there is, but not knowing all there is because it's infinite. And I am infinitely traveling. Then you're getting closer. Oh, yes. So it is very important. Why is it important? Why well, I'm saying that is very important, but why is it important to understand that we're not this person we see on our selfies? Here is my phone. Oh, posting my selfies on the social media. Hi, I'm so beautiful. I'm Miriam Cunha. I graduated of this and that. Okay, this all is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's fun, but is that who you are? Really? Understanding who you really are is going to help you to understand that everything that is playing around us drama in this moment and that has been playing has been a play. A play is a play. It's a lot of drama constructed. It's a program. Some beings programmed this reality to be like that, full of dramas for different purposes, because the universe is so amazing and it is infinite that it's got an amazing number of different places and different experiences, different densities of matter and energy. Well, matter is condensed energy. So there are many different places and experiences and levels of energy density on this universe. And we as souls navigate through different things. So maybe we have been already incarnated in different planets. Maybe not. It is almost for sure. It's just that we don't remember because we choose not to remember when we come here so that we can actually experience things from zero. It's kind of like a reset. And sometimes when you reset your computer and you erase the memory, you can still recover the memory if you know how to. And if you restart your computer, the restart is more like when you go to sleep. You leave your body and you go traveling to some place, wherever you choose, wherever your frequency is vibrating with. That's very important to know because as your frequency vibrates, that's what you start experiencing. Not only when you leave your body, when you're sleeping or astral traveling, but also when you die and leave your body permanently. And that's another important thing to know. So, first, ask and answer that question: who am I? The other question: what am I doing here? What did I come to do here? Where am I going to? Very important questions. We have all kinds of distraction here, taking us away from asking and answering those questions for ourselves. And the system has kind of implied to all of us and programmed us to believe that we will never find these answers. And that is not true, because you can find that answer inside yourself. You're not going to find the answer about you, specifically you, outside in a book or with somebody else outside of you. No, you're going to find that answer inside of you. So, one of the things, okay, ask those questions, meditate, go inside yourself, and find the answers. Another important thing is to keep your vibrations at higher levels. Right now, at this moment in time of the big shift we're going through, the forces that don't want the shift to happen, that they think they can stop the shift from happening, which is not true either, because the universe is movement, is constant movement. Everything is constantly changing, and it is arrived moment of this planet to deeply change. All right, so that nothing will stop this from happening. So raising your vibrations will give you an advantage, which is to choose from this time on which reality you want to be next. So, answering the question of where I am going to, it's an individual question, an individual answer. You are going to wherever your frequency is vibrating. So, if you are vibrating into the attachment to dramas, you are going next to experience more dramas in your life. The more you're attached to the system that is vanishing slowly, the old system, the more you're attached to that system, the more suffering, the more drama you're going to be creating for yourself, because the system is dissolving from the planet. And if you're vibrating into this old frequency, you're going to go with that somewhere else. You are going to go somewhere else where the vibration is at the level you are keeping it. It's so simple. And it's very important to understand. So many people that are awakening to know who you are, awakening that there is a big shift, awakening to the universe, vast, unimaginable, and infinite manifestations of energy. People who are awakening to that are questioning about the other people that they are attached to, that they profoundly love here, and that they would like them to be awakening and going together, vibrating on the same frequency with them. So many people are asking that question, and that is one of the things that I want to address with this video about the big shift, if you're ready to the big shift, because some people are not ready for the shift, and it's a personal choice, it's an individual choice. We cannot force anybody to awake ourselves. We can only awake ourselves. We can share what we have learned, what we have experienced, but not everybody will understand, because for every person, every soul here, it is a little different. The experience is different. Our experience as an individual here, it is a set of experiences that we have had already with other lives, with other, like our experience in other planets, incarnated as other type of beings. All of this set of experiences make us who we are, in terms of our consciousness, this big shift here, which is an honor. Many beings wanted to be incarnated here at this time, and it wasn't possible for everyone to be here because the big shifts consciousness, shifts big amount of energies, and it is an opportunity for an upgrade. Yes, an upgrade. So going back to the people who are not awakening, they're just simply not taking this opportunity, either because they were not ready, they didn't have enough experience on different lives here or somewhere else, or they didn't want to. They were so attached. They are, I mean, so attached to their old dramas and things to untangle from the past that they keep vibrating on that level, and things keep shifting the vibration levels, and these other people who are not going with the new vibration are going to be pulled to a different place in the galaxy, in this universe, that will keep the same vibration they are into. So basically, it's all about frequencies and vibrations and energy. It's like a radio. We have all these devices here that we've built in our own, at our own image. Remember when it said that God made us at its own image, and then we are here creating these devices at our own image, like the computers and the radios and stuff. So we actually also have the ability to work as a radio, like with the frequency. So you turn into radios, right? Different music is playing here. There's other frequency. There's somebody talking. The other frequency, there's some classic, smooth music and happy tunes. And then you turn, and another frequency is playing heavy metal and calling the evil creatures in a big black magic ritual. So there are all these kind of frequencies, and you tune into the radio that you are connected to, that vibrates with your vibration, right? And that's where all this difference is. So you cannot force somebody who loves heavy metal to listen to classical music, and the person that is listening to heavy metal cannot force you to listen to classical music, right? It is that simple. So we have to work our detachment from different things to be ready for the continuation of this big shift we're going through. Because a big shift is happening already, has been happening for a while, if you haven't noticed. If you're just arriving to the consciousness that is shifting, welcome to the ship. All right. So we got to have fun with it, and we have to detach from our personal dramas and from the global drama. Because right now, there's a big, big drama being played out in purpose to keep humans in lower frequencies. It's almost kind of like a bet from this higher hierarchies. Let's see how many people are going to fall into this trap and how many people are not. And that's what's going to happen. That's happening now. But the choice is ours, you know. Like even if the system, the old system programming trick us into falling for the dramas, it is ultimately our decision to fall for that or not. And I've been just observing lots of people around social media, mostly because we're we're being played out this drama that we cannot go freely everywhere, and most of the distractions have stopped except for the internet and other little things. So I've seen more people online than in person. but I've been observing the people in person too. Hello, Taraka. Big hug for you. So I've been observing all the people that I can, where are they at, and some people are conscious about this big shift happening, but some people are not. They're pretending everything is as usual, and is going to continue as it was before, and they're going to stop with the pandemic at one point, and everything is going to go back to normal. But it's not. Come on, we've been more than a year on this game they're playing with humans here to keep them unhappy and vibrating low. And people are still thinking things are going to go back to normal. And what's normal? Do you want to go back to the old system where children and women have been tortured under tunnels and by but I don't want to mention that here, but there has been so much suffering and so much drama on the old system. And we have been allowing it because we just decided to make blind eyes to everything so that we don't have to take any responsibility and act upon changing things, right? Especially ourselves. And then everybody's like the three monkeys. I don't see, I don't hear, I don't say anything, and I'll keep normal. I'll put my mask and keep walking and mix with the crowd and just do whatever everybody's doing so that they don't notice me. I find it really fun because you gotta find it funny because finding it funny makes you raise your vibrations above the drama. Okay, if you get angry about that, you're lowering your vibrations just as much as the people who are not awakening. So be aware of that. So recapping, what do we need to be prepared for this big shift that has been happening? So first, ask the question, who am I? How did I come up here? Why am I here? Why am I here with these people that I'm around with and connecting with, doing what I'm doing? What am I creating for my very soon to be future on the new earth or not? What am I creating right now? How is my frequency level right now? My frequency level, check, check. What radio are you synchronizing into? What music are you listening to? How many dramas are you still pending to solve in your life? How many attachments are you still carrying from other lives, from ancestors, from DNA, from this life? How many drama are you still attached to? The drama that is accompanying you with your life is just there because you're attached to it. It's like a drug. We're addicted to dramas. It's like if we don't have dramas in our lives, there's nothing else. Just because we don't bother asking who we are truly. Because once you understand who you really are, and you're not your physical body, the physical body, it's a vehicle. It's your spaceship, and it's your responsibility to maintain it functioning and working. But it's a machine, and it's a very complex and beautiful machine, but it's a machine and it's not you. You are inside that machine driving it. Your consciousness, your soul incarnated here and experiencing different experiences at the same time. That is who you are. And we are having this opportunity with the opening of all these portals and frequencies on Earth. It's like the opening of this big prison out of a sun. It's like, whoa, I have the opportunity to find out who I truly am. And I'm here and there, and oh, I'm experiencing all of these things at the same time, which is crazy, but that's what I came to realize on this last year or two. because there's awareness of being here and at other places with other people, experiencing different things at the same time, started to become more clear. And I was like, holy smokes. But this is something I can tell you, but you have to experience that inside of yourself. So you have to overcome the fear of understanding how infinite and big and powerful you are, because we've been submitted to this programming here to keep us in lower vibrations, feeding some creatures that like to feed from these energies. And that's why you gotta laugh, and you gotta right now do things that bring you pleasure. I'm not talking about the pleasure of addictions, but pleasure, I don't know, with higher vibrations, dance, sing, do some crafting, go out in nature, hike, swim, hug someone, kiss someone, have sex, but have sex with your higher vibrations. Because if you have sex with someone in drama mode, those fight, and bad sex and everything seems to be resolved, actually is not, is just amplified in drama. So sex is a powerful tool, and it can bring us happiness if we know how to vibrate into it. So if you can't find a partner that vibrates on the same level as you, do it with yourself. Because you can do that too. All right. Let me see, what else do we need to know to be prepared. So asking these questions, being aware of who you are, what you're doing, what you're creating for you, raising your vibrations, detaching from dramas, detaching from people. That's important because many beings that are here are not ready to continue to the new earth, or they're not going to the same place you're going after all this big shift. And we're going to have to detach from some people. It doesn't mean we're never going to see those people again, not on this form, because all the physical forms and personalities and titles, and those are not permanent. Those are things we're experiencing here. So the Miriam Cunha that was born in Guatemala from these parents that speaks these languages, that blah blah blah. This personality is not permanent. It's just part of the experience. So if I'm attached to the characters of this experience so much to the point of suffering, if they leave before me, or if I leave and they didn't, or that's attachment in drama, and that's gonna just make us vibrate low, because we'll be sad because somebody passed away, thinking that's another thing we got to understand. Death is not the end. We're so programmed to suffering that we believe that nobody knows what is after death, and that maybe there's nothing, and we have to enjoy it here because maybe there's nothing. But if you actually dive into yourself and ask those questions, and awake in your dreams when you're out of your body sleeping, you will know that there is much more than the body experience. And you will know that when you leave the body, it's not the end. And if it's not the end, why do we suffer so much when somebody passes away? Why do we suffer when we know that we're out of a sudden going to die, right? So we have to embrace this shift, because that is as big as a shift as what's happening on Earth right now, and what's coming in the physical plan of the Earth. It's very rough. Think about earthquakes, like more than like I've been shown by my spiritual guides a 9.9 earthquake in below Australia, between Australia and Antarctica, to happen. And after that, there's going to be a huge tsunami. And that's what I've seen. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I know that the earthquakes are increasing. And I know the earth is shifting. It's like opening its womb for a birth. And this is going to cause havoc, physical havoc in several areas of this planet. And several people are going to pass away because their physical bodies are not going to take it because things are happening. So we have to be ready for all of that, detached, aware, aware of our connection with our higher self, on the knowing of the here and now, listening, inner listening, to understand what we have to do at every moment of our life journey from now on, because when we are in tune of higher frequencies, we will receive the right information that we need to make a move or not from where we are right now. And that is very, very important to know. So these are my tips for today about the big shift, because it's inevitable. It is happening. It is joyful because many of us came here for that, either to help the transition or to experiment it, because it is very exciting to see the old system of suffering, the old system of time is money, the old system of crashing women sexually and abuse and all of that stuff crashing and dissolving from this planet. It is exciting, actually, unless we're attached to things from the old system, unless we're attached to our bank accounts, to our boats, to our houses, to our titles, to our personality importance. That is what is actually making us suffer, when we transition from one thing to another and we're still attached to that old thing. It's like, I can't do that anymore. And I've been through that different thing. Like, maybe that is why I've been training into that, because I was born in a country thousands of miles away from the country I was raised. And I was always exercising the detachment from family beings, from people, from places. And that's something I chose before I came. So I said, I'm going to just exercise all of that before the big shift comes. But every one of us can actually understand that now and be aware of the attachments, like things are coming to us like, oh, this is still here. I thought I had gotten rid of that, but I just shove it under the carpet and this is still there. So lift your carpets and clean the floor. Let everything go. Be aware of who you are, the infinite, conscious, energetic soul being that you are inside of the physical body you're inhabiting. And vibrate high in laughter and joy and happiness. Take care of your physical body, your vehicle for now, and enjoy the ride because we're about to reach the peak of the roller coaster. All right, so I hope that I shared with you something useful. And before I go, I have been having fun working on my new website, where I'm going to have some new stuff there. And I finally put myself into that because I wasn't giving it enough importance to my website. But now I decided that I will have fun with it. And if you click there, you will see that it's in a new place. It's not ready yet. I'm just experimenting with it, but it will be very interesting there. And that's where I'm going to make the hub of everything on the internet for me. So please click like and share the message with whoever you think this is going to resonate with. And it's my pleasure to share what I have understood until now with this journey. And I'll see you on the next video. Have a great week. We are navigating through the Mayan calendar wave of the yellow human, which brings us the attraction of opportunities to learn about freedom. And that is why there have been so many protests everywhere in the world, because everybody's feeling that urge for freedom, which is beautiful. Free yourself. All right. Beautiful people. I'll talk to you soon. And much unconditional love, laughter, joy, and everything that is good. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great week.